Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. Today it's Friday, April 14th, 2023. Spent my morning printing the last version of the dice bullet or dice shell. I think I got some parts that I'm pretty happy with. So the last version has 4 slots where you can insert a bracket or an arm like this. The idea here is that if the dice is smaller and you need to hold it in place, if the dice is smaller than the hole and you need to hold it in place, you're gonna use this arm and then it will hold it in place. Instead of 2, I added another 2 slots here, just in case if there are some dice that requires more arms to hold, basically. And at the end, instead of creating different holes for different type of dice, I just created 2 types. One is a square and one is a circle, and they are all big enough and it should hold any type of dice that is smaller, any type of dice that is 16 millimeters or smaller. So I guess the circle one can house dice such as the D20, D16, and this one can hold D6, D8, and D4. And for D4 one, I don't think the cultural shape D4 can fit, and rather than creating a bespoke design just for that, I would just recommend people to use the gem shaped D4 dice. It looks like a diamond, and that can fit easily in this, in this type of dice shell. Yeah, so after this I'm just gonna record the video so that I will have the how-to video ready when I upload the files on Code3D and Gumroad. And also this morning I took apart all the previous version of the dice shell, and yeah, since the beginning the firing mechanism works, so I need to take them apart because there are a lot of small parts there that are useful that I can repurpose. The firing pin, it's the same from the beginning, so I can repurpose that. The locking mechanism, I can repurpose. The striking rod, I can repurpose. The spring, and also the base, I can repurpose. I guess for the base, the final file will have a different writing on it, so that the idea is like when you insert your dice shell into the dice gun, you can still know which dice is that. So yeah, I will do that. So yeah, and hopefully by this evening I will have the files ready for people to buy. I was thinking to price it for 15, I guess 12 to 15 euros, and then put it directly on discount so that it will be around for 40%, so it will be around 9 euros for a week. I think that's a fair price considering the amount of time I put for this and also material for all the prototypes. Yeah, hopefully everyone will think the same, but let's see. Hopefully they will buy it. Also, the reason I had this thought is because when I put up my TF2 flare gun on Code3D, I didn't buy the book, just as what's suggested by Cult 3D, that you need to look on another similar design that is already uploaded and compare it so that you can get a, about a fair pricing. So what I did with a flare gun one was I did some research on Cult 3D and also on Etsy, just so that I get a, um, another perspective. And my benchmark was this really cool looking replica of an actual weapons, mostly from World War II. I think it's by the guy there, he's pretty famous. I'm also one of his subscriber, ZVC something. He did a lot of 3D printed replica of weapons, but replica, so not functioning. It's not a toy gun, but yeah, they're looking really cool. And he priced his design for 18 euros for all design. So I was thinking, right, because this is much simpler and it doesn't really involve a lot of parts, and not as intricate as his design. So I said like, hey, maybe $15 is a fair price, and I think it's also fair for the amount of time, effort and material that I put to come up with that design. So far I got a lot of likes and follow, so my assumption was that maybe the price was too high. So what I did is I put it in discount for a really short time, I think around 4 days or something, starting from yesterday, and I would like to see if my assumption was right, if it's really indeed because of the price. But then again, it's really a working and exact replica of flare gun from Team Fortress 2, whereas I see a lot of people putting up just a replica, not functioning, for even higher price on Etsy. For an STL they put around 23 euros, $23, so maybe it's around 19 euros. So yeah, maybe it just doesn't get enough eyes yet, so I will wait on that. And yeah, what I learned from that is also, rather than changing the price, I will just put it on discount and still like staying true with like what I believe is right. So 15 euro is still the right price for that, and I'm just gonna put in discounts from time to time and see if it works. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. Gonna do some photo shoot, and hopefully I will upload the dice gun and blast it out on my social media, and hopefully I'll get a nice reaction and from it. So that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.